Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Another snowy northern Michigan day. I've got to do some fence checks. I figured I'd get out and get a hike in. I got to do fence checks to verify that the wire's not broken. We have a lot of issues with white-tailed deer jumping through our fences all the time due to the fact that the back section of the property is not charged yet. We had to do a lot of fence moving, repairs, rewiring, and everything after we moved in preparation for the horses we're hoping to get this year. And I'm going to go out and get this done because at the beginning of the month I've got to finish the gates so that we can properly jump all the wires through the gates. And while I'm out here, didn't make it very far, and we already got broken wires right at the front. So you can see those right there. I don't know what did it, but I assume it would be deer. So that'll have to get repaired here in the next couple of weeks, a week or so. But I figured while I'm out and checking the fence and verifying what wire is or isn't broken, see Kova getting her exercise in, I'd give you guys quick little background on who I am. So, you know, my name's Ariel. I was born and raised in Michigan. The earlier parts of my life in mid-Michigan area, Bay City, areas around there. Then my teen years were all spent in the Detroit area, Roseville, Warren, New Haven, all of those places, kinda. And when 9/11/2001 happened, I, like many, felt the need to join the Army and fight for our country. And then 9/11 holds a really significant meaning to me because 9/11/2001, everybody knows that's the Twin Towers. But 9/11/2005, while I was in Iraq my first time, my brother, Sergeant Curtis Arcala, was killed. So 9/11 it's a whole lot deeper for me in my household. I mean, my youngest, you'll meet him. His name is Curtis. He was named after Arcala. That's a big one to think about, man. I like it. It really gets you deep inside when you think about the effects that those times you have in your life really can hold for years and years and years, and even a lifetime to come. It seems so far that only that one split in the wire, both wires right at the beginning. But I wanted to give people a little just background into me before I start putting out all the videos. You know, I would like to be able to talk to people and explain to them and discuss what combat actually does to somebody. I spent 4 years and 8 months in the Army, and of that, 28 months was spent in combat fighting, like just fighting all the time. And it affects you. You know, you lose friends, you lose brothers, and those are things that when you experience them, they're never going to go away. And a lot of people that I know, especially people I served with, they won't talk about it. They won't tell you what they saw, what they did, how it feels, what inside is happening from those experiences. So I'm hoping that I can just inform people so that they have a better insight as to what we actually go through. Man, there's a lot of fence to walk around. Hopefully here shortly I'm going to be able to get some of the combat footage I actually have out. A lot of it, if I do montages of photos, I'm not necessarily going to be in a lot of the photos, as I took large amounts of the videos and photos that I'll be using, so I was usually behind the camera, not in front of the camera, but I still have a good amount of me as well. So the first section of the fence, it's just got the break and the two upper lines all the way back at the beginning over here. So I'll have to repair those, probably do that shortly. And then let's see about after here. Seems to be good. All right. So hopefully today I'll be able to get to some of those videos. It takes time to edit, and I'm definitely not an editor. That is in no way anything that I intended on setting out to be when I started filming things. I was more or less just filming, and I've always filmed and taken photos since I was a teenager, just because, same as everybody, you want to collect and share those experiences. You want people to see the things that you experienced so you can explain them in a way that makes sense to other people through the photos. I've always done that, and I'm hoping to continue doing that for everybody that watches these. So after that, after the Army, I got out. 2008, mid-2008 was right when things were starting to get bad in the economy. So I kind of jumped around from job to job, and then I ended up in the automotive manufacturing industry, which is where I met my wife Megan in the beginning of 2011. Man, doesn't seem like that long ago, but yeah, 12 years now. Then I decided after that I wanted to go back to school. So I went to Colorado. I lived in Colorado for a year and a half and got my gunsmithing degree, an associate's in gunsmithing. So I guess technically by trade I'm a gunsmith, even though I do basically everything that needs to get done. All right, quick little edit in. I forgot to say this earlier. My degree in gunsmithing came from the Colorado School of Trades in Lakewood, Colorado. I'm sure some people were going to ask, so I figured I'd just clip this in there for you real quick. All right. So I'd like to get videos on this channel of firearms. However, there's a lot going on with standards and what you can or can't post, so I'm not sure yet. I don't really want to ruin the channel right when the channel's starting. Got some cool deer tracks. They're always out here jumping through my fences everywhere. We call the back section of our property Deerlandia. We basically, when we moved in, we pulled out over 180 fence posts and opened up the entire back of the property just for nature and wildlife. And we've got dirt bike tracks out here, a sand hill and everything. We drive the Jeep around out here. Four-wheeler's real fun. So all kinds of things. Just all right, back to me. So after that, after Colorado, I came back to Michigan, and my wife and I got married. I went back to college here. I went to the University of Michigan, and here's some big deer tracks. I went to University of Michigan in Flint and was studying for my mechanical engineering bachelor's. Unfortunately, I had a lot of negative things occur in my life pertaining to my health. I'm not going to get into that now. Maybe later on we'll discuss my health issues that I deal with. And then I stopped going to school and started concentrating solely on the family. We bought our homestead, which is absolutely beautiful. You know, so we own basically down this line to the road, all the way over to past this pine tree and all the way back to the back of the property. And I knew that I just wanted to be away from everything, and my wife agreed. She wanted to do this. We wanted to do the homestead thing, bring our kids out here and just try to do everything we can to provide for ourselves. We want to grow our own food. We want to be able to ride horses wherever we go and leave the vehicles as much as we can and just enjoy nature like this. I love hiking. I love being out in the wilderness, enjoying just the views. I mean, let's see, we got all kinds of tracks out here. Definitely coyote tracks. Coyote tracks mixed with deer tracks. It's a fun, beautiful place to be. So that appears to have been the only splits so far in the wire. The center wire's still fine. Here this next month, I'm gonna have to add another 4-foot gate in right here due to, I originally had it set up, I was just gonna swing this gate around in the order to set off paddocks. We have our front, what we call the Oklahoma pasture, then we have our back pasture, and then we have our corral over there. The goal originally was to be able to just close this 4-foot gate, you know, switch off the paddocks, allow them in and out different areas, but I now wanna just have 2 separate gates so I could open one if I wanted to, or have them both closed just to make it easier to control where the horses are moving. All right, let's finish hiking this outer perimeter. Kova, here! Wandering out in the woods looking. Good girl. Hi, girl. The last things that we've got to get done for the horses is that 4-foot gate, verify the wire is all good all the way around. I know the deer broke it last week all the way up front, so I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go just make sure it's only what was broke before and nothing else. So I mean, that's it. There's not much more about me that I really feel is pertinent to the background as to who I am. I mean, you'll see who I am now. Hopefully you guys will get to know us and our family, and you won't think we're too much of just craziness for the viewing. We could technically get our horses right now. This last year was actually prep for horses, and the goal was to only get the corral done and charged, and the corral is completely done and charged. That's how the goats are maintained inside of their fence. It's just not charged to the outside. So again, here's our break in the wire right there. It's our second wire on the front line, and I believe that's our only break, so I'll be able to get that repaired fairly easily. Yeah, that's it. And then I got one more gate to build up near the front of this pasture. Prior owners had cows, so the wires didn't need to be as high, nor did they have to have as good a security to keep cows in like you do for horses. So the entire fence has had to be completely reformatted or redesigned in order to allow for horses. This one's interesting. These are some really small little tracks, real light on top of the snow. Almost looks feline. It's probably a cat. Makes me wonder. My cats aren't wandering over here right now. They try to avoid going outside during the snow. All right, so yeah, now that I I've reached the end of the wiring. That's it. I got 2 repairs at the beginning. 4-foot gates got to be completed. 1 wire at the front. That should be pretty easy to bring back together. And then this front section right here, I've got to do a gate of some sort right here. It just ends right now. There's no power running around the outer section. So I believe I'm probably just gonna throw another picket in at 12 feet from here, and then maybe put in a 12-foot gate like is back at that gate and the one in the rear. But this is definitely all charged, so we could get the horses, put them in the corral, they'd be fine. But my preference is to be able to give them the ability to roam immediately once we get them. There's a video I wish I'd have recorded. Didn't get it. I had to build barn doors last year when we first bought the property and moved in. The prior owners decided to decided to remove the gate that blocked the whole front of that. And with how bad the wind is here, we had to build doors anyways. All right, that's that. Thank you everybody for joining me for this walk around and fence inspection. Hope you enjoyed the video, and maybe we'll do this walking around and talking thing a little bit more. Depends on how everybody seems to respond to it. If you guys like it, let me know and we'll get some more of it in. All right, thank you guys.